Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Linda and I have been camping for almost 10 years, and one of the things we've definitely learned about owning a camper is it's best to be open to the idea of doing your own repairs. Today, we're changing out the gate valves on the camper.
With wines, pines, and canines, you'll feel right at home.
So why are we replacing these gate valves? The reason is, there's a number of things that I want these valves to absolutely do every time. First of all, I want them to easily open and close.
Easy. Nice. Oh yeah.
I don't want to see any drips. And lastly, when I pull the lever, I want to make sure it opens up all the way and I get a good flow when I'm dropping these tanks. Recently, we were in Zion National Park and I noticed that these gate valves were not opening and closing as easily as they always had. The way that the gate valves are installed on my camper, replacing them looked really straightforward. And being that the camper is 6 years old, I thought replacing them both was a good idea at this time. This project, from start to finish, took about an hour. The first step was doing a thorough black tank flush and making sure both tanks were completely empty. The next step, I did set a container up underneath the waste valves to catch any remaining water.
Well, we got more out of this thing than I would have thought.
And once I was comfortable with both tanks being completely empty, I cleaned the area well with diluted bleach and a water solution. Now, luckily for us, the waste lines in our camper are laid out really smartly, so getting access to my waste valves was really straightforward. The only thing I had to remove was a mod that I did years ago to kind of remedy a problem where we had a little support bracket that was prone to breaking on our camper. I decided to start with the gray valve first. I wanted to kind of get my learning curve out of the way because I did not want to make any mistakes on the black valve. I started by removing the bolts. Then I slowly pried the waste line apart, pulled out the valve. Now, one tip is to make sure that you pull the old rubber gaskets out. When I pulled out the old gray valve, at first I didn't notice one of the gaskets was stuck to the inside of the pipe. Next step is assemble the new valve and work it into place.
I'm only going to slightly snug these in a crisscrossing pattern. Now that I've got them all I'm not going to over tighten them. It's plastic after all.
Once everything was installed, I tested the valve a couple times just to make sure everything worked properly before I moved on to the black. I followed the same procedure for the black valve as I had with the gray. When I put the gray valve in, I found the gasket stayed in position really easily. They didn't give me any trouble at all. When I got to the black valve, this one gave me a little bit of trouble. I had a lot of difficulty getting the gasket material to actually stay on the valve housing. So, what I have done to remedy this is I actually put the gasket material on the ends of the pipe on both sides and then slid the valve in between.
Okay.
But I have watched online and other people have used plumber's grease to get the gasket material to stick to the valve housing. So once I had the valve in place, tightened up the bolts, made sure everything was working properly.
Okay. That's
Okay. One more time.
So to wrap up this project, I topped both tanks with water, nice and full, and then I went to the dump station, pulled the valves, made sure everything was working properly and there were no drips.
It's all good?
Oh good, when I opened up the cap, not one drip of fluid beyond that cap. This trailer is ready for its next trip to Michigan. But we're not quite done. While we're on the topic of the sewer connections, there are a number of products that Linda and I have used for years and we can strongly recommend. And recently we purchased another that we're going to try out on this trip. Right off the bat, Camco RhinoFlex. We've been using these for 10 years. The one we're currently using is 6 years old. And this is one I bought recently on sale. It's just a backup. Secondly, the Camco Sidewinder. It's a sewer hose support system and it works perfectly. We've been using it for about 6 years. And I like that it's an accordion style device and it folds up into a really tight package that we can put in a container and stow away. I always keep an extra black and an extra gray valve with us now, and there are 2 more parts that I keep with us just in case. Extra gaskets, these are notorious for falling out when you're hooking up and dropping your tanks. You always need spares, and an extra cap just in case the thing happens to come off and travel. Now in this video you can see where I use a rock to hold my sanitary waste line down. Lots of dump stations at older RV parks and very well used RV parks, the threads are always wore out. So we've always had a problem getting it to engage and stay in place. So oftentimes we'll use a rock to weight it down, or somebody will have to use their foot to hold it down. But we have found another product that seems to say that it remedies this. Sewer hose adapter made by Camco. It's basically a giant rubber bushing that fits inside the waste. At the drop station, you're going to take your sewer line, push this down into it. It's going to remedy, supposedly, the sewer line popping out of there, and that's something you don't want. So we're going to give this thing an opportunity on this trip to Michigan. Well, that's it for this video. We're going to wrap it up. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And remember, Desi always loved it when you hit that notification bell.